We are living in a generation of boys with beards, men by age, but children in practice. Yeah, age is automatic, but manhood is optional, especially in today's culture. Now, this is not about maturity. This is not about money. This is about why too many boys never become men. I don't care if it's the South Bronx or the burbs. I'm seeing the same problem. Either absent fathers who left or present fathers who raised from a distance. Same difference. The result: boys chasing idols instead of models, men aging without evolving, and generations recycling the same wounds. So if you stick with me, I'll break down why formation of manhood stops, why idols cannot raise you, and why BYB, bring you back, equals BGB, bring God back, which is the only way a boy becomes a man, now and forever. But before we get into the detail, let me confess something real. As a man, I know this because I lived it. Growing up in the South Bronx, like, the menu of manhood was pretty much preset. You had dealers on the block, rappers on the speakers, athletes on the TV. Nothing wrong with them fundamentally. But when fathers are gone, boys are going to grab whatever looks like a crown. And so naturally, in my haste, I started to chase success like it could father me. Looked for applause to fill the silence, getting high on any authority I could grab, even if it was counterfeit. And this is happening so fast, you don't even realize what's happening. You start copying people. Copying bosses who you don't even respect just because they have a title. You let screens script your manhood because fatherless boys will rent any shadow that feels like cover. That was me. But absence, of course, isn't only in broken homes. I found it also in the burbs. Your father stayed in the house, but raised from that distance. The men who gave success as shelter, not presence as covering. Make something real clear for you. Absence isn't always physical. Oftentimes it's spiritual, and that absence leaves boys unequipped to finish the formation of manhood. Let's get into some system truth. For emphasis, boys don't become men because nobody finishes the manhood formation. Science helps to back me up. The prefrontal cortex, which is essentially the brain's steering and brakes, it doesn't finish wiring in us until around the age of 24. And that wiring is what separates impulse, very immature and unmanly, from consequence. Understand what you're dealing with. Without it, you're effectively a car with horsepower but no control. Doesn't end up good. Before then, you're effectively driving around with temporary plates. Now, 24 happens, the wiring finishes. It's not just the crown, it's a cocoon. And if nobody covers you in that stage, you molt wrong. That's how boys grow into men who never outgrow boyhood. And this is exacerbated, it's everywhere, and idols rush in to fill the gap. These are loud men who don't lead, they deal. They sell distraction as destiny, posturing as strength. Here's the deeper fracture. Men don't just fail to raise men. They fail to raise consciousness. And when men don't teach consciousness, they don't teach God. Because consciousness is the channel God built into us. If no man shows you how to wake up, you grow up asleep. You inherit hustle, jokes, and highlight reels, but not remembrance. And here's the craziest of the tragedies. Most fathers can't even hand you the map because they never had it either. And so sleep teaches sleep. Unconscious men raise unconscious sons, and that's how generations get trapped in boyhood. Yeah, even when the father stays in the house. So now this is why we've got generations of men who can fight in a video game, but can't fight for their family. Men who can scroll for hours, but can't sit still in prayer for 5 minutes. It's not because they're weak by nature, but because nobody finished the handoff of consciousness. Chronology is not covenant. A beard doesn't make a man. Roots do. That is the law. Finished wiring needs finished covering. Formation can't complete itself without covenant. Boys stay boys. And as a proud man, I'm sad to say, people are calling this the weakest generation of men. I believe it's not weakness, it's inheritance. When men stop raising consciousness, all they pass down is coping. And coping compounds into collapse. That's why I know the only way forward is covenant. And here we BYB, bring you back. BGB, bring God back. Because God is the only father who does not leave. God is the only source who doesn't sell you out for applause and will never leave you. And until a man roots himself under God, he's still just a boy with a beard. Until we raise consciousness, we'll never raise men. So here's how you move when you're ready to stop being fed idols, when you're ready to adopt manhood and start being raised by God. We do you, so let's do you together. 5 moves, 1 identity. You know we start with disrupt. How about this? Stop calling idols fathers. A rapper cannot raise you. A hustler can't cover you. An influencer can't discipline you. Break the illusion. Yes, mentors can inspire. Only God can father. And you want to own it. This one's hard, but own the boy still inside you. If you're ducking responsibilities, chasing validation, or ghosting commitments, just say it out loud and plain. You're a man by age, but a boy in practice. Then you want to yield. Yield to God's order. You're already submitting to lust, to bosses, to applause. So why not yield to the only covering that does not fold? God's order. Then you want to observe. Observe your models. Ask yourself, who do you copy? The covenant man who sacrifices or the counterfeit man who sells? Like today, right now, look in the mirror. Are you covenant or counterfeit? Man or boy? Then you want to unleash, and you unleash manhood daily through sacrifice. Pay the bill. Keep your word. Show up when nobody claps. Pray when nobody's watching. Sacrifice builds men. Applause builds idols. Make this clear. Men don't fail because God left. Men fail because they left themselves. They left God with them. Boys don't become men because formation stops. And when men stop raising consciousness, they stop raising God. Covenant finishes the wiring. Covenant reopens the channel. It is time. Bring you back. Bring God back. Because you own it or be owned by it. You either run the system. System runs. Change your mind, change your life. I am who I say I am. Do you and stay rich.